At rupees 2.4 lakhs, this is the midlife update of the TVS Apache RR310. And what an update it is. It gets this fancy new color. It's got a TFT, full color TFT screen. It's got riding modes, it's got ride-by-wire, and it's got new Michelin tires, which are excellent. Now, if you're wondering if there are any improvements to the engine, well, it doesn't sound as broken as before. It's not as noisy as before, but it's still not completely refined. But there's more to the motorcycle. Now let's start by telling you what hasn't changed on the motorcycle. So it's got exactly same body panels everywhere, but this front visor has changed. It's now of the floating type, so you can remove it to clean it and it doesn't transmit as many vibrations to the body. So that's a good addition. The seating triangle, your handlebar, seat and foot pegs, the position hasn't changed at all. The chassis, the suspension and the brakes also continue unchanged, but what TVS has done is that they have revised the damping for the front forks and the braking system also. They've made some changes, so now there is more feel, more progression to the front brake, and there's less dive when you brake hard. So the motorcycle feels a lot more settled now. The big changes on the motorcycle are threefold. First, you get this nice color scheme, which is a mix of matte and gloss finishes, and I particularly like the gloss finish around the instrumentation. The RR310 also gets a completely new instrumentation. For starters, it allows you to choose between different riding modes: urban, rain, sport and track. These modes change the throttle response, how the ABS works and how relaxed or aggressive the engine braking is. The instrumentation can be worked via buttons on the switchgear to access loads of info. There are trip computers, info regarding riding analysis, service info, and one can also customize the widgets on the main screen to show info regarding engine temperature or speed or range. Then there's TVS's Smart Connect. You can connect your smartphone with the Apache RR310 via Bluetooth and it will show you turn-by-turn navigation and call alerts on the display itself. Now, proof of the pudding, as they say, is in riding it, and we've only ridden this motorcycle on the racetrack, so we can't really tell you how comfortable it is over poor roads, how easy or difficult it is to maneuver in the city, and what sort of fuel efficiency it's going to return. But given that all its mechanicals are more or less the same, we expect this motorcycle, like the previous version, to be comfortable over poor roads, to be reasonably maneuverable in the city, and the fuel efficiency shouldn't be too bad either. TVS has made a number of changes to the engine nonetheless. Not so much in design but in parts, but they aren't willing to share what those are exactly. What we can tell you is that the engine still displaces 313cc, it is still a single cylinder fuel injected liquid cooled motor, and the riding modes do make a difference. In sport and track mode, the RR makes a max power of 34 bhp. The peak torque is rated at 27.3 Newton meters. These figures drop to 25.8 bhp and 25 Newton meters in the less potent urban and rain modes. The claimed top speed of 160 km per hour too comes down in these modes to 125 km per hour. Since we are talking claimed figures, TVS also claims that the new RR310 will hit 100 km per hour in around 7.1 seconds. What's more, the addition of ride-by-wire has helped improve the bike's throttle response. We love the way the bike responds in track mode. The RR310 feels more alive now. It dials up the revs quicker and the drive at corner exits is stronger, helping higher exit speeds. But the engine hasn't lost any of its flexibility. Enter a corner in a higher gear and it will still offer enough drive to keep things interesting towards the end of the corner. And lest we forget, the engine itself is less vibey now. It is quieter too. But we still wouldn't call it refined, but it is getting there. However, it is the RR's 310 dynamics that really shine through. The previous RR was a sweet handling motorcycle as well, but this one, courtesy improved damping of the front forks and of course the new grippier Michelin Road 5 tires, it is now at a higher level altogether. There's more feel from the tires, be it when leaned over or under braking. The turn-in is sharper, and how the chassis responds to both throttle and steering inputs instills so much confidence in you that before you know it, you're already pushing the envelope lap after lap. And so much fun, we just didn't want to stop. Now TVS has done a very smart thing here. They've added tremendous value to this package. Now the price of the motorcycle was going to go up in any case as part of the BS6 update, but by adding a TFT screen, ride-by-wire, riding modes and stickier Michelin tires, now they've made this Rs 12,000 price increment seem trivial. And in the bargain, they've delivered a motorcycle that's more engaging, it's more likable, and it's better on almost every count.